Well, my friends, it's another game. I'm going to show you another game for a regular deck of playing cards, and I'm showing you this one from the airport in Edmonton. That's in Edmonton. So I'm just going to set my phone here to the side, and then hopefully the phone doesn't slip. So what we do with this card game, it's another two-player game, or actually this is for any number of players. The more players you have, the more decks you'll have to include in the game. There's quite a bit of luck to this game, which is unusual for the games I create. And what a player does is they lay down on their turn one card from the deck. If it's a face card, okay, then their game is done. This is a 4. So if you're playing with a number of players, each player would lay down a card. With the 4 card, this means that the player now has to lay down 4 cards. So what the player does is they lay down 3 cards, and then they lay down the 4th card face up. If it's a face card, their game is done. You never want to see a face card. It's a 6. You need at least 2 cards out here to be able to get any points. So at this moment, the player now has to decide, do they quit or do they keep going? So let's say they keep going. Now they have to put 6 cards in the next pile. So they lay down 5 cards, and then they lay the next card face up. It's a 4. So now they have a choice to keep going or quit. If they got in a face card in any one of these piles, they would have been eliminated. They quit. So instead of laying 4 cards down in another pile, they simply pick up the 4 cards in their hand. Now, what they do is they play on this pile. You have to play the difference between any 2 cards to get points. So a 4 and a 6, if they have a 2 card, they can play the 2 card here. And in this case, this is a 6 and a 4 here as well. If they can play a 2 card, they would grab a point. They don't have any 2 cards. They have a face card. Any face cards in your hand, you just discard right away. So let's say the player did have a 2 card in their hand. Okay? So they lay a 2 card down. They're guaranteed 2 points. Now the 2 cards they play off of, they take, and these go into their hand, and then these cards flip up. Although this pile doesn't matter because nothing else can be played on that pile, only these 2 piles. So now it's a 7 of 4, so the difference is a 3. They don't have a 3 card, but let's say they had a 3 card. So they play a 3 card here. So now they have 5 points. Now no cards. They take these 2 cards, sorry. But it doesn't matter if you flip this card up because these cards can't be used anymore. So now there's a 3 and a 2 they can play if they have a 1. So they have a 1, so they place the 1 here. Now they're done because there's no other 2 cards to play off of. These cards have been played off of. Let's say there had been 3 cards and 4 cards, and they had managed to play a card here. They could have also played a card here, and then there's 2 cards, and then they could have played a card potentially here. So whatever cards are played, they get the points for those cards. So again, players start by laying down 1 card on the table. If it's a face card, their round is done. If they lay down a numbered card, they do it number says. They have to lay down 4 more cards, so they lay down 3 and then place 1 card face up. You need at least 2 cards to get points, so now they have to decide if they want to go on or not. It's an 8 card, they decide to go on, so then they would lay down 8 more cards. So they lay down 7 cards first and then 1 card face up. It's an ace, they decide to lay down 1 more card. It's a 5. They decide to quit, so instead of laying down 5 cards, they pick up 5 cards. They were unlucky. Out of those 5 cards, 3 of them are face cards. Those are eliminated right away. They have 2 cards. A 4 and an 8, so if they have the 4, they can play here. An 8 and an ace. If they have a 7, they can play here. A 5 and an ace. If they have 4, they can play here. So let's say they play here. Then they would take these 2 cards and then flip these 2 cards up. That's everything, my friend. Go to strugglergames.com. You have a good one.